What's up, guys? Jeff here, AI Agents by Jeff, and today we're going to do 100 AI calls per day, automated, scaling our AI agency. Again, we're going to do 100 AI calls per day, all fully automated to scale our AI agencies to 100K per month. And we're going to be doing cold calls where it's a fully automated system. From front to back, meaning you don't even have to click a button, you just turn it on and let it run, where it's going to cold call up to 300, 400, even 500 people per day, selling AI audits, selling AI receptionists, and AI services. So on the agenda today, I'm going to help you set up the template. I'm going to help you connect to the Google Maps scraper, which is Appify. I'm going to help you set up your data tables, and then we're going to connect it to VAPI, which is what we're using for our AI cold calls. I'm also going to help you with the bonus, which is VAPI prompt engineering, to help make our AI sales agents sound human and not be classified as robocalls. The template is here inside the one-man AI business info product. It's here in the Notion. You just click on sales infrastructure, then you go to cold calling local businesses with AI part 1, and the JSON file and the whole workflow template is here. It gives you kind of some instructions, a visual layout, and then the video is going to be here when we complete it. So in order to get this one-man AI business playbook, just click the link in the description, go through our quick survey, let us know what you're building, and then as soon as you get to this part, you click finish, enter your name, email, phone number, and then the playbook, this Notion playbook, will get instantly emailed over to your best email on file. So what I'm going to do to get started here is I'm just going to download the file, and then we're just going to open it up inside of our N8N instance. If you don't have N8N, go get the cloud version. It's $25 per month. And then you just go here to the three dots, say import from file, and then select the file here, which is going to be my workflow. Select that, and it's going to open up like this. I'm also considering opening up a paid school group where the more advanced version of this will be. And if that link's in the description, you can sign up for the school group. I think I'm going to price it at like $99 per month, and you can just pay, get the templates, and go from there. Now that we have the template open, I'll just go through a quick little rundown. So we have the automation starting on a schedule trigger. So every single day, it's just going to trigger at about 9 a.m. Then we have an AI agent that's setting up a structured output, which is going to go into Appify. So it's creating a search query, a location, and an amount of leads, all kind of randomized based on parameters. The AI agent is going to randomize the people that we're calling that day, and then we're going to scrape those people from local Google Maps, put them inside of a data table. Then we're going to grab all of the ones that have numbers, because not all of them have numbers. We're going to remove duplicates. Then we're going to loop in batches of 10 and call those people 10 at a time. We're going to wait for those calls to complete, and then we're going to continue to go. There's another automation here, which is going to be in the paid group, which analyzes the transcripts, updates notes in the data tables, and also does Excel spreadsheets as well. But for now, this is all you're going to need to get started. There's a couple things in this template that you're going to need to set up here within Appify. You're going to have to update the URL to have your Appify access token. The data table, you're going to have to create a new data table. If your N8N version isn't updated, I'll show you how to update that. And then here with VAPI, you're going to have to create your header, get your bearer token, change the assistant IDs and phone number IDs as well. So let's go through this automation right now and set everything up. I want to show you how it runs, but basically what's going to happen is all of your calls are going to show up inside of VAPI, and so we're going to end up opening up VAPI, and you're going to get call recordings just like this, and you're going to get all the transcripts, but you're basically going to get a bunch of calls like this, and all the results of those calls, how much those calls costed, the duration, if the call passed or failed, and the number that you're calling. So just like the instructions say on the template, we have to update our Appify URL here. The way you do that is you go into Appify, go into your console, go to Google Maps scraper, and then go into the API and API endpoints, and then go down to run synchronously and just copy this URL, come back in, open the node, and then on the URL that you're posting to, just update that URL, and it'll have your access token there. And then that's ready to go, and that'll run. The next one we want to do is create a data table. The way that we create data tables is if you don't have the right version, you have to go back out and click this admin panel on your N8N instance, and then go to manage. And then on the N8N version, if you don't have 1.120, you have to go to the latest beta and then hit save changes, and it's going to update your instance to the new version of N8N. And then you just go back into and open your instance again. And then you're going to have access to data tables, N8N's in-house, data tables here at the top menu. And then you're going to be able to select create a data table. And so I just create a couple of test tables here, but you just create a data table. You just name it. And then you're going to want to put at the top your column names. And so for this one, I just keep it simple. I just put name, email, and phone number, because that's the main information that we're just going to be scraping. And now you have your data table all set up. Now down here, setting up VAPI is a little bit longer of a process. You basically have to create a header auth. So you have to do header auth. And so when you click here, you click this new edit. And then you're going to put in, under name, you're going to put in authorization. Then you have to go into VAPI and get your authorization token. The way you do that is you go into API keys, and then you select create a new key, and then you'll grab that and put that in as your authorization, and that'll get set up. And then down here under assistant ID, you want to go into your VAPI and then go into your assistants that you're going to use, and then copy this assistant ID up here and then plug that one in. And then you're also going to want to go get the phone number that you're going to be calling from. So you go to VAPI and then phone numbers, and then select the phone number that you're going to use, and then copy that one as well, and then paste that one in right here. And now you're done. You're set up. Now that it's all set up, it should run. All I have to do is hit execute workflow, and the AI agent is going to create a Google Maps query and then send that into Apify. And so if I check to make sure it's working, Apify would have a run going. And now it's just running. We'll see what the specifications were. So we're doing real estate agents we're doing med spas, 300 med spas in Tucson. So I don't know if Tucson has 300 med spas, but that's my local city. So we're looking at all the med spas, and now we're going to put all those med spas inside of our data table. And so if we look at how the run's going within Apify, you can check by just looking at your runs. We can see how many results that we're getting. So we have like 26 med spas so far. And so what's going to happen is now we have all that data that's going to come into our data table, and that's going to get populated in our data table. And if we check which data table it's going to go into our test table. So if I go into my own data tables at N8N and I click test, then I'm going to see data start to populate here. So I'm on page 19. I should see all of my new med spa leads come in here. And so now you see that it stopped. It wasn't able to get 300 in Tucson, but I got all the med spas in Tucson, 72, and it added them to my data table. So now when I look here and refresh this data table, I should see those 72 new row entries. So yeah, now we have all these kinds of med spas here and all their phone numbers, and we're going to call them all right now with AI. So this last node here, the get numbers node, is where we're going to pull all the numbers from our data tables. And what we want to do, since this is going to run every single day, we just want to get the numbers where it was the numbers that were created after today, or basically today. So we have to do some things where we have a condition that the time that is created at, because if you look at our data table, we have created at 11:14 in the actual time. And so what we want to do is see when we created the lead and make sure that we're calling ones that are after yesterday. And so to do that, I just put in an expression here. I used AI to help me find this expression, but we're basically just putting in the date today. So we're pulling in the numbers that must match all conditions where the phone number is not empty and it's created at a time that's greater than today at the beginning of the day. And you see it pulled in those 72 items exactly. So that's working perfect. And so now I'm just going to make sure that we remove the duplicates, and then I'm going to grab in batches of 10, and now our VAPI is all loaded up and ready to go. Now creating an AI agent that sounds human is a subject for an entirely different video. And so I'm going to leave that to a different video and probably link a video here. But what this will do once I click this is it's going to call all those leads and then wait and loop a loop. And what's going to happen is you're going to have recordings in VAPI ready to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that the free automation works well for you and you're able to get it set up through this tutorial. I have part 2 coming soon, which is going to be all about how to make your AI sound human and expert sales prompt engineering for selling AI services. And that's coming up in part 2. So we'll see you guys on the YouTube channel.